YouTube.
Live on YouTube.
Live on YouTube. Live on Facebook.
Okie doke.
I don't have a chat on Facebook. This is weird. Oh, there it is. Wow. Got some crazy lag going on here.
Yeah, there's a little bit of crazy lag. Hey, there's Derek Matthews. Hello, sir. John Mack.
Johnny Mac. Gangster.
Gangster.
I don't know, it just sounds gangster, that's all. He's a gangster. Just saying it's gangster.
You gangster.
It's gangster.
Oi, 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 he says.
Volume down. That's not gangster, that's Scottish. Almost have some music going in the background on these pre-shows. What's going on today, Richard? Wiley's 3D.
Wiley's 3D.
Mayan Misfit. It's a new one. New viewer.
Canadian Maker Project. Mayan Misfit. He was here a little while ago, actually. There's Wiley. And it looks like us over on Facebook. We should be on Twitch as well. Let me just go back and see what's happening on Twitch. They're just showing me live on Twitch. There we go. All right, I have a chat room open on Twitch as well. 66 views on that channel already. Hello again, Richard, Frank, and group. There's Mark Baker. I love that guy.
Going to marry him?
How is everyone? Well, I think everyone's pretty good. I'm not sure. I'm doing okay. Frank's doing okay. Frank's playing with the other camera.
I'm going to get myself in a better shot without so much. You know, there you go. So I can, my head's there, I hide your head. Okay.
There's Joe Krieg.
I wanted to get the first layer in there.
Brian Baker. I'm here watching on another phone. So silence from me today. Oh, okay. Brian's playing incognito today. So what have we got going on? We have, I got to look at the time here, keep an eye on the time. We have got a lot of things going on today. We're going to be talking, oh, there's Geraldine Ham as well, my lovely wife. You'll notice that we've got CRX here. That's just a teaser. Sorry, I'm teasing you all. Geraldine Ham, hey there, was going to nap, but then I thought, no, I'll watch my love since I haven't seen him for a long time last couple. Hello, Tempest over on Facebook. She is sweet. All right. Why do you think I stay with her? She's sweet. There's 3D Printing Trucker. Sure, start streaming when I have to go to sleep. Well, I'm sorry. We do it at the same time every week. Yeah, we're going to talk about some stuff today. We're going to talk, answer your questions today. We're going to get into it real quick. We're changing things up a little bit. So a couple minutes, we're going to run that intro. We've got a couple of things I want to go through today. Why am I seeing only... Oh, there's Tempest. There we go. See Frank and Tempest. That's it over on YouTube or on Facebook today. Drove all night. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's okay. You know, 3D Printing Trucker, if you want to, you can go to sleep and then just catch this a little bit later on. That's okay. We'll allow you to do that. Go get some rest. Go and get some rest. So we are streaming live on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Periscope today. We're going to talk a little bit more about these 3D pens today, because I'm sure there's a couple of questions about them. I have my new one. I have the old one. We've got a contest running to give one away. Want to talk a little bit about the Richard Head contest. We only had 2 entries, so we're going to talk about that today too. So, I'm ready to rock. Let's run that intro. Hey, welcome to the First Layer. My name's Richard Cleveland. I'm your host here 3 times a week. And this is our live stream for the First Layer that we do every Wednesday at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time. Hey, listen, if this is your first time here, you're watching this live or you're watching this in the Restream, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down on YouTube if you're watching there today. And hit that bell notification so you get notified every time that we do a brand new episode. If you're over on Facebook or over on Twitch or over on Periscope, go ahead and just give us a thumbs up or a happy face or something to let us know that you're here and where you are streaming or watching the stream from today. We got lots of great things to talk about. We've got the CRX sitting on my desk. We just started recording an upcoming episode for the CRX. I haven't printed with it yet. We've only just turned it on. So you'll see our build video on this on Monday. So I'm gonna tease that. Coming up this Friday, just real quickly, you'll see our review of the Sunlu filament and what we were able to do with that. Let's see. I'm looking at getting a pen, Tempest says. He's in from Hamilton, Ontario. Rover. I missed what Rover said there, but I can't go back.
Rover?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Sleep overrated.
Oh.
Sleep is overrated.
So let's talk about the 3D pen that we got. Sunlu sent out a bunch of these 3D pens to people who wanted them. And I got to tell you, was it fun to play with? Sure it was. It was a great little pen to play with. Does it come with a lot of accessories? No, not really. If you guys watched that episode on Monday, if you haven't, I encourage you to go back and watch it if you're thinking about getting a 3D pen. I did print this, and I forgot to put the link to this in the description. This is on Thingiverse. Just look up the Sunlu M1 3D pen, and they will. You'll find this bracket, and it's not bad. It just kind of holds the pen there. It's not very stable, but if you're not bumping the table too much, now everything just went off the table. I'll get Frank to grab that stuff. Sorry, Frank.
It's all my stuff.
It's all Frank's stuff. So here is the Sunlu 300. This is the 300A, right?
That's a 300, yeah, S300A.
Yeah. S300A. This is the new pen. Let me go to this is the latest one that we've received. And it's got a temperature control on it. It's got a speed control on it. It's not a bad little pen. The one thing that they neglected to do is they're using a barrel jack back here instead of using a USB jack like they used here. So these pens are not compatible with one another. Although you can use the same filaments in them, they're not compatible with one another in terms of the power cord. So this one now, the M1, this guy right here now sells on Amazon for around 11 bucks Canadian. So if you want to get yourself one of those and go and check that out. This Sunlu SL300A sells for about $20 on Amazon as well. Unfortunately, there is no contest to give one of these away. But let's look at some of the things that Frank was able to create with his Sunlu pen. You guys all, for anybody that watched Monday's show, you'll notice I didn't do a very good job on my Batman picture, but it was my first time. You always remember the first time. So you guys have probably seen this floating around, haha, pun intended, on our Facebook group page. This is is the benchy that Frank did, and it was all done with a 3D pen. Does it float? I don't know. There's some holes in the bottom of that barge. I asked him today because there was no front window, so I asked him, I said, you missed the window? He says, no, this is one of those benches that they make into a restaurant. So it doesn't float, it just sits there. So, and then he did this plane, which is kind of cool. I think this is online right now, is it not?
It was from somebody was doing one online. I drew it out myself, but it's pretty much the same one. Yes.
Okay, so there you go. So Frank.
On backwards, one of the wings on backwards.
Oh well, nobody's going to notice that. It's your plane. You can make it whatever you want.
Sort of makes sense anyway.
Yeah, it's your plane. You know, he's a little backwards too, but.
It's cool. You can come up with.
You can do some really amazing things with 3D pens. Where I find the benefit, here's another piece that he did, wrapped it around a coffee can. I'm imagining this is for a light shade.
Yes.
You can use it like a light shade. Put a little bit of, you know what I would do? I would put a little bit of butcher paper in here or parchment paper that you can buy anywhere, and then put a candle or an LED light behind it. I think that would be a great idea. So 3D pens, doesn't matter where you get them. If you look online, you can find yourself a whole bunch of different and amazing things to do online. Now I see, does the plane fly? Canadian Maker Project's asking.
Well, if you throw it hard enough.
I would throw it, but I don't want to be the guy that throws something and breaks it, and then I get the, hey man, why'd you throw it? It's not made to fly, it's made to look at.
I've wanted to try throwing it, I'll be honest with you.
It's kind of, let me see, where's the balance here?
Has it got balance? No?
Nope.
Wings? No?
No, your balance is just behind the wings, I think.
Well, I'm just going to have to go back to engineering school.
Yeah.
And, learn how to make better airplanes.
I don't think the ailerons are going to work too well either. You know, being that they're one's backwards. Now, I think working with it, what do I think of a 3D pen? Is it something that I would use? If I'm doing cosplay stuff or I'm doing large models like you guys have seen me do, and I just can't get things to fit together, then I'd probably use it for that. But for me to draw anything, my artistic skills have pretty much gone out the windows, and they've been like that for a while. So, yeah, it's not something that I would probably do very often. Any questions?
Nope.
No, nothing yet?
Nope.
There's Jess Corniching. She just joined. I see her there.
Where?
She's right there.
There she is.
There she is over on
Hi,
Facebook.
Jess.
So with a 3D pen, I have my Sunlu 300 right here. It's in the box, came yesterday. We've got a lot of great things coming up for you guys in the very near future. We're working with Print and Play right now to do 2 arcade units, desktop arcade units, arcade cabinets. And our screens came from them yesterday. So we are going to put together 2 desktop arcade cabinets, probably using MAME, I would imagine, because that's the easiest emulator to use on a Raspberry Pi. We're putting a Raspberry Pi inside. It'll have all the buttons, the joystick, and a 9-inch screen that will have all your games come up. And it'll be portable enough that you could pick it up and take it to a friend's house or take it to you know, your favorite bar and sit down and play it. So we're going to be building 2 of them, and we're giving 1 of them away. So that's a contest coming up. Speaking of contests, as you guys know, in the month of July, I put up my head.
Put it on the block.
I put it on the block for anybody who wanted to go ahead and manipulate it. And there was only 2 entries. Emilio Vitt, who did this one, and Jim McGregor, who put my head in the hand of God, I imagine, because it was my head in a hand. So that contest, seeing as we only got 2, it's I think what I'm going to do is for everybody, I think all I'm going to do is for those 2 guys that entered, I'm going to print something and paint it specially for each one of you guys. So you guys both have 3D printed and painted by me pieces coming.
Everybody wins.
Yeah, everybody wins. So now I'm looking at, I've got some good gem software backend. Oh, okay. Canadian Maker Projects, why not RetroPie? Best EMU set for the Pi. MAME, RetroPie, it's all the same to me. So RetroPie is what we're going to use.
What does that mean?
RetroPie?
No, best EMU set for the Pi.
That's an emulator.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what it does. It takes the ROMs that are available. Now, here's where we run into a gray area because the ROMs, if you don't own the game, the ROMs are illegal to distribute. That makes sense. So we can't load up the MAME cabinet or the RetroPie cabinet with the ROMs, which are the actual games themselves. But we can get it all ready for you so that you can do whatever you like, and we'll get some nice decals done for it, and it'll look really sharp, and you won't even know that it's 3D printed. Well, you will know it's 3D printed, but I thought it would be a cool project to 3D print Print and Play's cabinet, put all the electronics in, keep one here in the studio, and then give one away. So if you guys are interested in that, send me your suggestions. We'll probably do another subscriber kind of contest. Speaking of subscriber contests, we got that running right now to give away one of these bad boys, which is the 3D printer pen. That's running till the end of August. At the end of August, we are going to go ahead and give one of those away to somebody who wins. Now, do you have a link to the screen, Derek Matthews asking? I imagine you're asking to the screens that we're using for the RetroPie arcade cabinet. The 9-inch screens that we are using, we got them from SaneSmart. They're a SaneSmart 9-inch screen. I think they were about 40 bucks. So it was in SaneSmart. They're about a $40 screen. So I see Tempest there. He's putting up little emojis. That's kind of cool. I'm not sure who it is, but SaneSmart is the company that we got them from. Sane. S-A-I-N S-M-A-R-T. Hey, there's our good friend Malix, Sergio Malik. Yeah, I don't have a link yet, but Frank's looking it up right now. SaneSmart, it's a 9-inch screen, yeah. So just go to SaneSmart. They weren't very expensive. They had to come out of the U.S., so. And then, of course, I have all the arcade buttons and the, I don't know when those plans are going to be available from the fine folks over at Print and Play. But I do know that I think those plans are made available to his Patreons. We're getting a set of the STLs so that we can print them off here. We cannot share those STLs with you, unfortunately, because of the legal ramifications that could go along with that. We contacted Print and Play. We asked them if we could get the STLs for the new cabinet that Uncle Jesse got, and he's a Canadian just like me, so he's kind enough. He's going to send them out. He's doing a little bit of tweaking. You are going to need, if you want to build one of them yourselves, even with the one that's up on Thingiverse right now, there is a Print and Play arcade cabinet up there now. It uses a 7-inch screen. It's a little bit smaller. 5 buttons on the front with the joystick, and we'll put that link to those plans or those STLs. If you see Print and Play there, just scroll down a little bit. It's the Print and Play arcade. I'll know it when I see it. There it is. No, slide down a little bit. The black one.
This one right here?
Yeah, that one right there.
All right.
Okay, so there is one of his cabinets available online right now. Products, 9-inch. That's the one, Derek. You got it. Thingiverse. We just put up the Thingiverse link, so you guys can go and check out the cabinet that is freely available right now. Make yourself one. What the heck? I mean,
Looks awesome.
it's great. It's just an amazing thing. Models that are out right now. I want to talk a little bit about some of the brand new models that are coming out. We've got a huge repository of people, talented people in our Facebook group for the First Layer that are making some wonderful models. I encourage you guys to go back through some of them. Fragments is one of them. Of course, Sergio Malik from Alex 3 Design. There's a bunch of other guys that are slipping my mind right now because there's so many good things that are coming out. Go check them out. There was a recent one put up of, I want to say Magneto, by the same guys who did the Gambit model, which I am still working on printing. James, yes, from Print and Play. Yes, James and I have had a couple of discussions. We're just waiting to get everything tagged up. So, and we'll start, that's going to be a series of videos. Much like this is a series of videos, we've got a lot of stuff coming up in the next little while. In 8 weeks, we are going to be having our 1-year anniversary. Can you believe it's been 1 year that we've been doing this show? Our numbers are continually going up. Thank you to everybody who is subscribed, by the way. Here's a quick question. If you had a 3D printer pen, what would you do with it? Put your comments down below on YouTube, Facebook, here on Twitch, and over on Periscope. We'll check all those out a little bit later on. What would you do with a 3D pen? I want to know. You might have seen something that I put up the other day. What is your biggest struggle in 3D printing? And there's been some funny responses. There's been some serious responses, and we're going to try and cover some of those problems that you guys are having. And I know one of the biggest things is getting Cura to work great for you. Now, I can do a complete video on Cura from front to back, up and down, but here's the catch. I can show you how to get results, how to get good results, but I can't write the profile for you, if that makes sense, because the profile I use may not work for you. And there's several factors that go into that. One is the climate. First and foremost is the climate. 2, the machine you're using. I may be using a CRX or a CR10 or a Wanhao Duplicator i3. You may be using something completely different than me. So what I will do is I'll try and make it as general as possible to put you guys on the right path. Okay, so we'll work on a video for that for you guys, and we'll put you on the right path with Cura. And then we'll do one with Simplify 3D. We've got a lot of troubleshooting guides coming up real soon. We are going to also be putting some of those into our PDFs, which will be available on our website very soon as well. As we do them, there'll be blog posts and PDFs available. So, and links to where you can go to get a lot more information than what I can cover in a half an hour. The shows are going to be condensed down to about a half an hour, 35 minutes. Tops. I know we try and only go about a half an hour here on our live stream, but we want to bring the show down. So we want to bring the show down and make it a little bit more condensed, but try and give you guys a much better viewing experience. And I know that you guys are looking forward to that. So with that said, we've got a few people to thank before we head out for the day. First and foremost, let's thank you guys for viewing, because without you guys, we don't have a show, plain and simple. And please go ahead, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button, or hit the dislike button. If you don't like what you're seeing, hit the dislike button. Let me know why you didn't like something, because that's important, because then I can try and fix it. Okay, I can't fix a thumbs down if I don't know what you didn't like. That makes sense? And hit that bell notification so you get notified every time that we go ahead and do a brand new episode. And listen, if you're over on YouTube or you're over on Twitch or you're over on Periscope and you haven't yet gone over to our Facebook group, I invite you to come on over and grab a coffee, sit down, chat, join in with some of the conversations that are going on, and watch people with the models that they are doing. It's amazing. Amazing, amazing models over there. I want to thank Frank, who's behind the board today, Jess Cornet-Ching, who is taking off tomorrow for Disneyland. She's going to be gone for a week, and she knows that I like baseball caps, so maybe we'll get a Disneyland baseball cap. You guys know I wear baseball caps all the time. So listen, if you want to be a part of supporting this show, you can always go over to, oh, hey, I forgot Brian Baker. Brian Baker is now working behind the scenes with me a little bit more. We're going to be setting up a server here pretty soon for all of our video, and things will go a lot smoother, hopefully in the very near future. We're trying to, what's that?
He's our tech wizard.
He's our tech wizard. We're trying to get ahead of the curve with our episodes, so you know, in case I got to take some time off, we've got episodes in the can ready for you guys to go and nobody misses anything. Thank you to all my Patreons. If you want to become a Patreon, you can go over to patreon.com/thefirstlayer. Sign up for one of the levels there. We're doing some great stuff over there right now. We're in the middle of painting Darkside right now, and coming up, we are going to do a multi-part project on building a big Core XY printer, something that's going to be about 500 by 500 by 1,000 millimeters. So I'll be able to print a new chair with a new 3D printed chair. There you go. Awesome, yeah. If you're not into a monthly commitment, that's okay too. Just head over to buymeacoffee.com/thefirstlayer, and you can buy me a coffee, Frank a coffee, Jess or Brian a coffee. I want to thank my lovely wife who works behind the scenes, cleaning up models when I print them, and making her fingers a little bit rougher at the end of the day. She does a fantastic job of getting things cleaned up so that I can paint them and finish them for you guys. Who am I forgetting? Oh, one of these great people that give us this wonderful space to use each and every week, and that is Spool 3D. Listen, if you are looking for a printer, you're looking for filament, or you're looking for parts and accessories for your 3D printer, check out spool3d.ca. Print it right, print it with spool3d.ca. They've got everything that you need. Go check them out today. With that said, that's pretty much the wrap up. Any final comments before I run away? Dawn joined us late. Bring the pen home, my wife says.
Bring the pen home.
Okay, honey, I'm bringing you your pen home. You're going to get your pen. I'm going to bring it home to you.
Hi, Dawn. Bye, Dawn.
Hi, Dawn. Bye, Dawn. You came late.
Glad you're here anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Glad you're here anyway. So anyways, you guys remember that the first layer is always your foundation to a great print. And we will see you on Friday when we talk about some filament.